Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to share with you guys my August favorites. We're getting into fall, and I'm so excited. I'm pretty sure my husband and I are planning on decorating for fall in within a couple days. Today, the day I'm filming, is Labor Day, and we've already talked about getting this stuff out of our garage and decorating. So enough about fall and how excited I am. I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited too. Let's talk about my favorites. I have a lot, and I also have one product that I just didn't love that I'll mention as well. So one of the ones that surprised me that I loved was this L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow. This was one that I don't know, I had gone back and forth with on whether or not I would keep it. I did a declutter of my foundations, and was this the shade I was going to get rid of, 205 Natural Beige, but now that I've worn it some more, it actually kind of matches the rest of my skin, even though my facial skin, which is way paler than the rest of my body, it actually does kind of work, especially right now in the summer when I have a little bit more color. Of course, with these lights, I look super pale. Also, I'm just always semi-pale. But regardless, this is working for me right now. But what I want to talk about is not the shade, it's the formula. It's a really liquidy formula. It kind of surprised me. Listen. You can hear it shaking up. It's very liquidy, and when you pour it out, and I'll show you, you know what I mean, squeeze it out, it's just very liquidy. It almost would run down, yeah, it's kind of running down my hand there. But there's something about it that with my skin type, which is normal to dry, it just looks so flawless on the skin. I will say it does have, obviously, a dewy, glowy effect, but for me, I would rather have that and then have to kind of tame it down a little bit than have to keep adding more and more glow. I really like that. And so I've worn it in the heat outside. We were doing this outdoor thing with my school, and I wore it, and it just looked so lovely, even in the heat. I just thought it looked so nice, and it made my skin look so healthy. Now, if you have really oily skin, you would hate this. You need to steer far, far away. But for me, I didn't like the regular Infallible. It was too dry. So if you had tried the regular Infallible and you felt like, this is too dry for my skin, it's not quite what I need, then you'd probably really like this. So I just really liked it. I was so surprised. I can't stop using it, honestly, and I feel like it's been a while since I've tried a foundation that I just can't stop using, so I was really excited about this one. There's a lot of true blue favorites that I'm looking at right now. I want to buy more shades of this, and I'm probably going to. I'm kind of getting that yearning, and it happens every time the seasons change, where I want to go to the drugstore and buy more makeup. Do I need to? No. Do I want to review some more stuff? Of course. But also selfishly, I just want more of these. This is the Maybelline Color Blur. I don't know why more people aren't talking about these. I still don't know why. This is in the shade I'm Blushing. And I love the shade, but it's not really the shade that makes me crazy for it. It's just this formula. It's a really thin but dry formula, but it's moisturizing. It's dry in that it doesn't get all over the place. But it's moisturizing in that it's so creamy, but it just melts into your lips, and it just feels like you're not wearing anything. You're wearing maybe a little bit of chapstick, but it looks full on like a matte lipstick, but it's comfortable. That's what I'm saying. I don't know why people aren't talking about this all over the place. So I want to go and get some of the other more wearable shades. I had a berry one. I don't know if I get rid of it or not in my declutter. You'll find out soon. It'll be up soon. But oh my gosh, I just love the formula so much. So it does have this waxy, I've used it once or twice, well, not waxy, but rubbery type thing you can use to kind of blur it out. I don't really ever use it. I don't really have a need for it. I just love this so much. If you haven't tried one of these and you're so tired of everything else out there, you need to try one of these. It blew my mind. Next thing is a mascara. This is the Covergirl Supersizer. Now, if you're like me, and you feel like everyone on YouTube is talking about this and it's kind of annoying, you're like, it's just another drugstore mascara. How good can it be? Because for me, I feel like every time there's a new mascara, suddenly it's every YouTuber's favorite mascara. And I don't understand that, because I end up trying all of them in the end. Not all, but many of them. And some of them you never hear me talk about, because I'm just like, it was just kind of meh. It wasn't terrible where I felt like I needed to let you know, don't buy this, it's horrible. But it wasn't life-changing. And so for me, I just get annoyed, and that's just me, but I just get annoyed when every single person is talking about the same mascara because it's brand new. And I'm just like, but this one is unbelievable. It is probably the best. I'm trying to think through some of my drugstore favorites. This is, I really think it might be the best drugstore mascara I've ever tried. I need to buy a new one because this one's starting to get old, but it's just the CoverGirl Supersizer. The brush is really weird and I thought I would hate it. It's like basically there are little prongs sticking out of like 2 of the sides, and then the other sides it's like there's nothing. But the way I use it, I don't really know how they intend for it to be used, but what I do is I use the pronged ends first and I just wiggle it right at the base so it almost tight lines my eye, and it really gives a lot of volume and it pushes your lashes up. Then I'll let that dry for a second and I'll use the ends where there's like nothing on it. It's basically just mascara and like a stick. There's no like prongs. And I'll use that to add a bunch of volume because all it's doing is adding on more of the product. Then I'll go back to the pronged end and kind of brush through it to make sure that it's not like weird or clumpy or anything. It's the only mascara I feel like that like holds a curl. It's really volumizing. It's really black. It doesn't flake all over the place. It is just everything you need all in one. And to be honest, I don't even really like the packaging. I think it's kind of like cheesy, but it doesn't matter. It is so good. It totally took me by surprise. So if you haven't tried it and you're really tired of everyone talking about the same mascaras, blah, 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 this is one that is absolutely JAMBEAUTY 89 stamp of approval, amazing. This is mostly drugstore this time around. This is the only high-end product I'm talking about. This is the Smashbox Always On Liquid Lipstick. Honestly, the formula's okay. It's okay. I just love this shade. It's a matte liquid lipstick, kind of, but it doesn't dry down completely matte, which I kind of like because it makes it a little more comfortable. The shade is called In Demand. I also like Babe Alert, but this one I really like. I'm not wearing it on my lips today, although this looks really, really similar. But this shade is just the perfect everyday color where you really do look put together. It does have color to it, but it's not like you're trying so hard like a really bright red lipstick that you're gonna have to futz with all day. It's just perfect. These are pretty darn comfortable, I must say. So I'm gonna try and see if I can find a drugstore dupe for this shade. Because again, the formula is nice, but it's not like groundbreaking or anything like that. But I just love this shade. I had to mention it. Next thing is a mascara primer. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Primer. I'm wearing it today with this, so I paired these together. And I feel like, I know it's hard to see on camera, and I don't ever wear like fake lashes, so most YouTubers are just like, their lashes are like mink coats just going up and down. Mine are like, you can't even tell they're there. But for me, my eyelashes look great in person to me because I paired these two together. This is amazing as it is, it really is. But I've really been liking this primer. It surprised me because I feel like a lot of white primers are just kind of gimmicky. Like I feel like they're not actually doing anything, but this one, I love the brush. It's that same L'Oreal Voluminous brush, which I already love. But you just, again, you put it on, you let it dry. I've noticed that it's not getting weird gunk all over it. I've been using this for a while, so that kind of blows my mind. And what I like is that the white is not peeking through, because in the past when I've used drugstore white type primers for my lashes, the white kind of peeks through the black throughout the day, and I'm like, what? Like, no thank you. I'd rather just not use one at all. But I have not noticed that with this, so I really have been very impressed with that. And I do feel like it has added even more volume, especially at the base of my lash. Next thing, I was so excited to finally get my hands on these. This is the e.l.f., well, I don't know. I'll put the name down below and on the screen. But it's these e.l.f. little highlighting beads, and it's in the shade Natural. So similar to like the Guerlain Meteorites type, and I used to have those, but I think the shade that I got, I've since decluttered it. The shade that I got was like the lightest shade, and I feel like, or maybe it was like the next step up, but it just didn't do anything. But these I feel like are really nice. It comes with a puff. I usually just swirl my brush in the actual beads. But what I like, I'm wearing it today, it's just a really natural highlight. It's not anything crazy. I'm not really adding anything right now, but I just think it's just a nice flush. You could even put it on the tip of your nose, kind of just anywhere you want a little bit of glow. The look it gives reminds me of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders because again, it's not a ton. It's just kind of a nice finishing. Definitely love these if you can get your hands on them. I bought mine online. I haven't seen them in stores yet, but I wonder if they will be soon. I don't know. All right. Next thing, this is what I'm wearing on my eyes today. I can't stop using this. It's this L'Oreal quad, and they came out with all these new quads. This one's in the shade French Biscuit, and I'm wearing every single one of these today. What I love is that I think it's kind of an interesting combination. It's got 2 shimmers and then 2 mattes. This matte right here is just a kind of peachy toned one. I used it just under the brow bone. I used it to kind of blend everything together. I used this one here all over the lid, this kind of shimmery bronze. And then I used this matte brown in the crease. And then I used this kind of shimmery, well, actually like glittery black blue type shade in my outer corner. Now, this one does have fallout. You will have glitter on your face. So you have to be really careful. What I did is I just sprayed my little brush I was gonna use with something. You could spray it with water, you could spray it with Fix Plus or a setting spray. I've used a couple different setting sprays and all of them worked fine. But I sprayed the brush first, then got it and blew off any extra glitter that was just hanging out. Then I kind of worked it into the outer corner just a little bit. I still had a little bit of fallout, but I was able to kind of brush it away and it was fine. So once it was set like that, it was fine. But without it, you do have it everywhere. But it's such a beautiful, beautiful shade. Here they are swatched. They're just so pretty. Honestly, my favorite shade really is this bronzy, shimmery shade that I have all over my lid, because on it, I want to say this entire week, almost every day this week, I just put that in the lid and just kind of blended it out to the crease, and that was it. And it just looked so put together and nice, but really, really quick and really inexpensive as well. So I love these. I have a couple more of their quads that I'm kind of trying out, but this one I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe how much I like it. I feel like I haven't found a drugstore quad that I've loved as much as I love this one in years. I really feel like it's been years, so I love that. The product I didn't really like this month is this Elizabeth Mott blush in Show Me Your Cheeks. We got it in a subscription box, and it's in the shade Peach Pink. It's a really pretty color. Of course, the packaging is not her original packaging. It's one that she used for the subscription box, but it just doesn't do anything. It's a pretty color. It swatches okay, but I would put it on my cheeks and I swear like 30 minutes later it was gone. And so for that reason, I'm like, you know, there are a million blushes that are really, really inexpensive. Like e.l.f. has $3 blushes that stay on all day. And so to me, there's no excuse why a blush wouldn't stay on all day anymore. In this day and age where there's so much out there that's amazing for really cheap. So I was just like, no, I don't have time for you. Sorry, but I just don't. That's that. Last thing, another favorite, it's a hair favorite. My hair, when I'm not wearing it my natural curly, wavy type textured hair, it's pretty thin. Like it's not very, I don't have very thick hair, and you can probably see it today. But this stuff blows my mind. It's the OGX, or Organics is what it used to be called, Argan Oil of Morocco Elevated Finish Spray. I've tried a million of these type products from them, and they're pretty good. None of them have been like so good that I felt like it just changed the world. But this hairspray is amazing. It reminds me of the Bedhead Masterpiece hairspray that I loved, but it's really expensive, so I like never buy it unless Ulta usually will have good sales every once in a while on that. It is an amazing hairspray, but this stuff is really good as well, and I just feel like it, I completely missed my hair. It really holds on to my hair, but it doesn't make it crunchy, but it does have a little hold to it. Like you can feel it, but it's not crazy crunchy. It's that medium, which is what I need no matter which way I'm doing my hair, whether it's curly or like this. I just feel like I need there to be a little bit of hold, a little bit of texture to it and grit, but not so much that you can see it. And it perfectly balances that. I don't know exactly how much this is, I don't remember, but I know you can find it at drugstores, so you just need to kind of look around, also online of course. But I love it, and it smells really good too. So if you're on the lookout, you're just kind of in a hairspray rut and you need something new that's actually really good, I would give this a try. I'm definitely buying it again once I run out. So those were all of my favorites for this past month. Let me know what your favorites and also some of your fails were down below. I love reading about those, especially the fails. Don't we all just love hearing about like crummy products out there? I don't know what's wrong with me, but I love watching those videos too. Let me know what other videos you'd like to see from me here soon in the comments below. I hope that you'll subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.